Every AEW pay-per-view nowadays seems to have an AEW Fan Fest to go with it, which also comes hand in hand with Jazwares releasing new AEW figures. So let's have a look at the All Out 2021 Jazwares AEW reveals for Unrivaled, Unmatched, and also a secret little buddy in there. Let's have a look and see what we got in store from Jazwares. I will be your voice for the reveals. I'm the big tasty Jamie Wills, and thank you for tuning into the 3 Points of Articulation podcast. If you like our stuff, why don't you pop a subscribe on there and follow us on social media as well. It's all free. Let's go from All Out to All In straight away, with DARBY All In to be exact. From Unmatched Series 3, the LJN of the series is Darby Allin. Looks very good, and a big step up from the Cody from the previous series. Also, it's a very heavily Dark Order themed series, this. So let's start with John Silver, one of the most over members of the Dark Order in the last year before we got injured. So very good to see a figure of John Silver coming through. We also got Anna Jay, who's still quite green to the business. It's surprising she got a figure this early, but still very, very, very good to see. Put with Tay Conti from Series 2. Stu Grayson, one of the most underrated performers in AEW, I think. Very good tag team with Evil Uno, who we'll be speaking about in a second. Keep an eye out for him in the future, because he's got a great in-ring presence. Evil Uno is probably one of the most popular members of the Dark Order from the start, along with Stu Grayson, so good to see him getting a mention. I'd feel a bit aggrieved if I was Alex Reynolds, truth be told, because he's been quite a big performer. And here comes the piece de la resistance, the coup de grace, the Brody Lee, Mr. Brody Lee from the Dark Order, in his gear designed by TTD, I believe. So very good to see that they've honoured the gear for that. Unmatched 4 features a plethora of stars. Let's have a little rundown of them. Adam Page is up first, Hangman. He has had an Unrivaled figure already, so yeah, good to see him and they're Unmatched. We've also got Cody. Shock, isn't it? But he's actually had many reveals, so good to see Cody in the line for this one. MJF is up next. I'm not sure how you can do a different MJF. We've had 3 already. Jade Cargill is relatively new to the roster, so very surprising to see her get a figure this early. It must be quite hot on her. And speaking of new to the roster, CM Punk. They've churned this out quite quickly. So, yeah, sort of sold like hotcakes. And the luminaries for the series. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. One thing I'm not going to pronounce right is the Spanish spelling of this name. But it's Chris Jericho from his very early green days in wrestling. So, another Chris Jericho to add to your collection. Let's move over to AEW Unrivaled collection. Start with the best friends. So, we had the reveals earlier this week of Chuck Taylor, who we discussed on the podcast as well. A bit of a pot belly on him, but it does look fantastic, the figure, to go with your Trent, which also, once again, Bill Murray on the knee pad, and looks fantastic next to your Chuck Taylor. So what more could you possibly wanted from the best friends there? And both of them will look fantastic next to Chris Statlander, who's up in a second. So she'll be coming with very, very vibrant colours, looking at it, and be one of the outstanding performers, I think, with a 17-0 record before AEW All Out this weekend, so deserving of a figure. Already had a figure as Orange Cassidy, but he also gets one for this line. Very over last year, very in with the fans, so good to see him rewarded with another figure. Speaking of people that already had a figure last year, John Moxley also gets one. He's had quite a few now recently. We'll be having some more in a second when we come in across to that exclusive section. And most exciting one of the series for me is the Painmaker, Chris Jericho. Not sure if it's a soft goods shirt or if the shirt's painted on like it is with either Ortiz. We'll have to see. We also have more images of what Orange Cassidy will be wearing. Now, I'm not sure if these are the Chase ones or whether it's what we're wearing. Jericho, I believe this one will be the Chase, then the Painmaker will be the irregular one. Slide on over to AEW Series 9 for Unrivaled. Very Team Taz heavy, this one. So we've got Brian Cage, who hopefully will come with the FTW title. Knowing our luck, that will come with a Chase version if there is one for this series. But Brian Cage will be getting his first AEW figure. Also, the most standout performer for Team Taz was Ricky Starks of last year. Very charismatic compared to a young Dwayne Johnson, I believe, from Taz. So good to see that. Powerhouse Hobbs has a very good story to enter the wrestling world. So if you get a second, check out his background and his story for Powerhouse Hobbs. Very toyetic for a big guy. A locker room leader in Eddie Kingston is also in this series. I know he's quite over with the locker room at the moment. He's quite a big backstage presence, so good to see. One of my favourite women wrestlers in the world at the moment is Thunder Rosa, so really good to see her. She's very toyetic, especially with the half face paint and the vibrant colours. So, yeah, Thunder Rosa finishes Series 9. There's an exclusive 2-packs up next, and we're looking at SCU to start with, who have a very similar outfit to how they came in their unrivaled single figures. No news as to whether they're the same or not. Same with Omega and Adam Page, with a milk jug and a shot glass by the looks of it. So also in the Allin 2-packs, we've got Jon Moxley and Darby Allin from their match from the AEW title. I believe it was on Dynamite, the match itself. Quite a good encounter, really. The skateboard had a big part in that. And also the Jericho that come with a white shirt and a pink shirt. So, and I could see another Jericho in the mix, especially with all the accessories that you get with it. What a treat. I believe up next, these are the Blood and Guts packs. We also had one similar for the Rhodes brothers, Dustin and Cody. We got the Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega 2-pack, which I believe will be from their death match that they had with that fantastic ring explosion last year. So Jon Moxley up first, obviously covered in a bit of claret. Also having a little crimson mask is Kenny Omega, looking less like Kenny Omega and more like a bit like Rod Stewart in this picture, if Rod Stewart took up terrace fighting like a hooligan. So yeah, looks like they're branching out a bit with these exclusives, so good to see. As I know, the Britt Baker one that's coming up in a second will also sell very well as an exclusive. We've only got head pictures of that one so far. And if the UK exclusive ring wasn't enough arguments last year, we've also got the Hangman Adam Page Smith exclusive ring, which will cause many an argument, I imagine, between scalpers and parents alike this Christmas. But I'll be picking this up because I need a new ring, and I also haven't got Adam Page for my collection, so can't wait. To round this all off, we've got a fun ending. We've got Sting from the Wrestling Buddies line. So we had the reveal of Kenny Omega, Darby Allin, Cody and Luchasaurus from Series 1, I believe, of these Wrestling Buddies. So good to add Sting to the collection. We had a Sting Buddy back in the WCW days, but it wasn't as good, it wasn't as crisp as this one. So good to see where this one goes and where this line goes as well. So keep an eye out for the Wrestling Buddies. Should be a hot market. And there we have it. The reveals from AEW Jazwares, all the ones I could find anyway, for AEW All Out Fan Fest. Make sure that you like and subscribe to the 3 Points of Articulation podcast, where we cover all sorts of wrestling figure and just general wrestling chats as well. So make sure that you subscribe and like our Facebook and social media pages. Thanks for sticking to the end, and I'll see you guys soon. I've been the Big Tasty. Goodbye.